Okay, so here we're going to look at multiplying out double brackets. Now, as you can see, we have in each bracket two terms. So if we identify the terms first, we have an x, we have a -3. So remember the sign goes with the number, so that's -3. We have an x and we have a +2. Okay, so this will give us two terms in this bracket, two terms in this bracket. Now, brackets next to each other mean you're multiplying. So that means 2 times 2. So it means we're going to do 4 multiplications. Okay? So it's a very good way to check. If you've done 4 multiplications, you're probably on the right lines. Now, the two terms in the first bracket are multiplying the two terms in the second bracket. It looks a bit messy, so we make this easier for ourselves. What we do is we take the first term and we stick it here. Okay? So we write the x. Now we know this x is multiplying the second bracket. So we write the second bracket. Okay. Then we know the -3 in the first bracket is multiplying out. So we put that there. We put -3 there. And we know that it's multiplying the second bracket. So we write that there as well. Now you should be able to see where our 4 multiplications come from. So we have the x times the x, which is x. Oh, wrong colour. Abort. No, oops, no, definitely not that. Where's the pen bit gone? Oh dear, that's not right either. Where's the rubbery bit? Oh, there's the rubbery bit. Why won't you rub out? Go away. There you go. Gosh, that was clever. Right, so x times x gives us our x squared. Then we have our x times 2 gives us our +2x. Then we have our, now remember, this is -3. So we're multiplying -3 times x. So that gives us -3x. And then we're multiplying our -3 times +2. So that gives us our negative times positive is a negative. 3 times 2 is 6. So there are 4 multiplications because we've created 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now what we do, we collect the terms together. Okay? So, or sometimes this is called simplifying. If you've called expand the bracket, which is multiplying it and then simplify. So now we've got, how many x squared terms do we have? Well, we only have 1, okay, which is this one. So that comes down there, and we go x squared. How many x terms do we have? Well, we have 2 x terms, so we have to add them together. So we have +2x, take away 3x, so that becomes -x. And then we have one number term, which is a -6, so that goes down there. And then this is our answer. Okay, so that's called multiplying out brackets or expanding double brackets. Now, the opposite of that is called factorising. So to factorise, we're going to go backwards. So we're going to go and start with, oops, wrong colour yet again. I'm going to sort my colours out. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start with x squared minus x minus 6. And we're going to end up with 2 double brackets. Okay. Now, because there are 3 terms here, an x squared term, an x to the power 1 term, which we just write as x, and a number term, which is a constant, or x to the power 0, but we don't write that, we know we're going to generate 2 double brackets. If there weren't 3 terms there, so say it was just the x squared and the x, we'd have to use a different method, okay? But here we don't. So we are going to say, we know, and this is a shortcut of the big method, which we'll talk about later or in another video, we're going to say that we know there are going to be 2 brackets, okay? The only way you can get x squared is if you multiply x by x, okay? The only way you can get a 6, so forget the fact it's a -6 to start with, the only way you can get a 6 is if you're going to multiply 6 times 1 or 2 times 3, okay? So we've got a choice here. So the second bit we need to know is, which two numbers do we multiply together to give us that 6, or that negative 6, but when you add them together, you get the number that's in front of this x here, okay? And that number in front of there is negative 1, because we don't write the 1, but there is a negative. So 6 and 1, no matter which way we go, negative 6, positive 1, or positive 6, negative 1, we can't get to negative 1, can we? But we can get to negative 1 if we use 3 and 2. Okay, so we know these numbers are going to be 2 and 3. It doesn't matter which way round we write them now. So we'll put the 2 and we'll put the 3 there. Now, to get negative 6, we've got the number bit right, but to get a negative when multiplying two numbers together, we either have to multiply a negative times a positive or a positive times a negative. In other words, the signs have to be different. So in that case, which sign is positive and which sign is negative for each number? Well, when we add them, we have to have negative 1. Now, the only way you can get negative 1 is by making this, the bigger number, negative. So we make that negative 3, which means that has to be positive 2. Okay? Because positive 2 times negative 3 gives you negative 6, but negative 3 plus 2 gives you the negative 1, which is the number or the coefficient that's in front of the x, which we can see here. And as you can see, we know that's right because this is what this was. Okay? And so we multiplied out that to get that, and then we factorised this, which gave us this. So that's how you go around expanding double brackets and then simplifying or factorising down to get the brackets from the quadratic. Okay, that's that.